go and let me go. Daddy, tell the go and let me go. Suicidal, ghost fighter, buses made me use my spirit. Daddy, tell the go and let me go.
The music industry is no stranger to conspiracy theories, whether it be Tupac's death, Michael Jackson's weird fetish for children, or Kurt Cobain's suicide, none of which even come close to being as captivating as the Memphis rap sigils. A rabbit hole many of y'all have probably never went down. A rabbit hole so dark that I have to mention that this is going to be talking about demonic sacrifice, child murder, and even more. So if you are sensitive to those topics, I highly recommend staying away from this video, because from here on out, it's only going to get darker.
Trying to get a grip, but still I'm changing with a quick click. Mentally insane, having visions of a bloody beast. Down with Magnolia, trick a nigga.
So what even is the Memphis Rap Sigils? The Memphis Rap Sigils is a collection of tapes alleged to be cursed due to demonic sacrifice. There's a lot more that goes into it, and we're going to get into it in just a second. But what are the tapes in specific that we are talking about? The songs we're talking about in specific is World of Psycho by Maniac, 10 Wanted Men, Dead or Alive, Psycho, The Return of Psycho, Children of the Corn, The Single, N.O.D., N-Word of Destruction, Mr. Tiny Mane, 19 Tiny 5, HOH Living in a Casket, and although there's more that are like the Memphis Rap Sigils, there's only 8 that are like confirmed, so we're not going to rear off course and look at all of those, and we're going to specifically talk about these tapes, more specifically what inspired them and what the ritual behind it is. Back in the mid-1990s, Memphis hip-hop started to stand out for its grimy horrorcore type of vibe that we have not seen in hip-hop at that time. Children of the Corn Hockey Mask is actually a perfect example of this, with its very unsettling tone, like you just walked in on something you weren't supposed to see.
Who am I? I'm confused, bored and ain't got shit to do. So I grab my hockey mask and my tools to scope out food. If you slip in your mind, I'ma creep up from behind. The only thing my victim sees the reflection from my chrome 9. Drop it off quick, you dig. I commit robberies like Billy the Kid. If you refuse, then you lose. They give me a reason to split your wig. But if he runs, damn, that's dumb. You really gon' have to give me some. Once in the leg, once in the head, twice in the chest, and twice in the arm. I bet they're stung.
But why exactly did they choose to make such grimy, borderline demonic sounding music? To understand that, we need to understand what was going on in the world around that time. Because between the 70s up until like 1999, there was widespread panic about satanic cults. And one case in particular seemed to impact the Memphis rap scene in general, that being the case of the West Memphis Three.
Good evening, I'm Diana Davis.
And I'm Tony Brooks. In a statement given to the police and obtained by a Memphis newspaper, 17-year-old Jesse Miss Kelly allegedly confesses to watching 2 other suspects choke, rape, and sexually mutilate 3 West Memphis second graders. Jenna Newton reports.
In August of 1993, 3 8-year-old boys that were only in the 2nd grade would end up being found dead in a ditch, hogtied. Those 3 kids being Steve Branch, Michael Moore, and Christopher Byers. The alleged killers were Damian Eccles, Jason Baldwin, and Jesse Miss Kelly. It seemed like an open-shut case since Jesse Miss Kelly would actually come forward and claim that he seen 2 other teens beat, rape, and sexually assault one of the kids. He allegedly confessed this after a 12-hour interrogation. But what is weird is he refused to testify against his co-defendants in court. But ultimately, they were all sentenced to life until the case got even more weird in 2011 when all the men were freed due to DNA evidence, proving that they were innocent. So out of nowhere in 2011, they're found innocent and freed from a life in prison sentence because celebrities back them, and apparently there's DNA evidence proving they're innocent. But what's weird is no one else has been arrested and convicted of this crime. It is still unsolved. So if we got DNA evidence that they're not guilty, why is there not DNA evidence that someone is guilty? Does that not add up? nothing about this case even makes sense. Someone admits to it, then he retracts that statement, and then they get free out of nowhere because some celebrities think they're innocent, like Johnny Depp. Like, I'm sorry, he's not an investigator. I don't give a fuck about what he says. This whole thing just does not make sense to me at all, but regardless, this is a case that inspired the Memphis rap scene. Yes, it took place in Arkansas, a completely different, unrelated area, but it was a very well-known case at the time, along with the satanic panic going on everywhere. There is no doubt it was part of the inspiration for this sound. It is believed that the artist behind many of the Memphis rap sigils music actually was part of demonic sacrifices that manifests a certain energy that can go towards your music if you follow a certain amount of steps. Step 1, murder somebody. Step 2, record it. Step 3, chop the audio up and sample it. Step 4, return to the murder scene, possibly to absorb the energy. At least that's what I am led to believe. Step 5, rap with your buddies over the murder beat. Step 6, put it on a mixtape. Step 7, sigil created. Step 8, sell the mixtape. Step 9, people listen to it. Step 10, sigils charged. Step 11, question mark. Yes, I'm literally not even joking. We don't know step 11. Step 12, profit. So pretty much what I am getting at is that it is believed that these artists from the sigils like Tommy Wright III, Lil Ramsey, Children of the Corn, HOH, NOD, all of them are alleged to have sacrificed someone, used the audio in their music, and added it to a mixtape so they could prosper. So kind of like a snuff film in a music format. But some people take this theory to a whole nother level and assume that maybe 3-6 Mafia or Tommy Wright III actually killed the Memphis Three, also they could prosper, but keep in mind that that is only a theory. There's also a lot of references to Four Corners, specifically by Tommy Wright III, a producer and rapper, which he says is just a place where him and his boys go to hang out in the Whitehaven area of Memphis. But it is important to note that the reference started to pop up soon after the Memphis Three case in the same year, 1993. Coincidence? Most likely. Another possible reason for the Four Corners reference is Crossroads, since apparently it has four corners or something like that, and it is also referenced in Ezekiel 7:2 that Khalfu and Murmur, I'm sorry if I butchered those, some demons actually travel through the crossroads and offer deals in exchange for worship. And some people claim that Juice and XXX actually were in contact with both of those demons, Murmur and Khalfu, or whatever the fuck. But this isn't going to really make sense unless I explain what crossroads are. So crossroads are pretty much where two different worlds like demons and gods and stuff like that can intercept with our universe and can actually come in contact with us, and we can go and get in contact with them. So that's pretty much what crossroads are. A in-between world. It's kind of think of like the Upside Down and Stranger Things, sort of like that. Not exactly, but sort of. But that's pretty much all that we know to the references of Four Corners and crossroads in general, but unfortunately, that's all we really know about the Memphis rap sigils. So with that being said, is the Memphis rap sigils real? Did Memphis rappers actually sacrifice people for financial gain?
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that.
The truth behind the Memphis rap sigils is very simple. The music they made directly reflected the life that they were living in the Memphis streets, as Memphis was one of the murder capitals in America at the time. They used more dark, grim lyrics to really show you how it felt to live in Memphis back in the 90s. So no, they were not sacrificing people, using the recordings in their tapes, and using them for demonic rituals. So the truth behind the Memphis rap sigils is that they used a lot of horror elements to express their traumas through their own music. This is exactly what Lil Ramsey did. On his tape Going Undercover, he made plenty of references to the street life and was very vocal about the culture in Memphis. Unfortunately, Lil Ramsey would pass away on September 5th, 2020 due to a car accident. This video at the time of recording is actually being made on September 5th, the day that he passed away. This is my little bit of a tribute to Lil Ramsey. Even though the backstory of the Memphis rap sigils isn't actually real, it conveys a huge audience and keeps them listening year around. If you haven't listened to the tapes yet, I highly suggest starting with Children of the Corn, the single, or Lil Ramsey Going Undercover, as those two are my favorite. But with all that being said, y'all stay safe, stay notorious, and we'll see y'all in the next one.